Right, getting near the end now. Fed up coming up here, that's for sure. Especially with this wind. Now, this is just for Project X people. I don't think anyone else would be able to get it, but you may have noticed some of our sort of things that you wonder, oh, why is that like that? There's a code behind it. Basically, there's various signs in some of the videos that once you've got them all and got them all in the right order, they'll tell you something. There's a reason behind all these. It's basically the UFO videos and the consultation videos. There might be some other clues in the film ones we're going to do later, because obviously when you're doing what Project X does, there's a lot of boring standing around doing nothing time. So we're thinking about, because our friends worked on the James Bond film and Harry Potter and a few others, Star Wars, we're basically we're going to do a film, because all these films stopped, and when Harry Potter stopped as well, we thought there wasn't going to be any more, but they've all come back to life, so it's been on hold for about 4 years. So anyway, that's so there may be some more hints in those videos we don't know yet. Right, contact. I said to the my probe that I was talking to, why have you got this door open, and why do you why have you let me in here to ask questions? And basically the mothership and these probes is thousands of years old. Literally, not thousands, what am I talking about? Probably 1 million or 2. And at the time it was launched, all the latest software was uploaded or whatever, and at the time it was okay that if you landed on a planet that might have had beings, basically this is a research ship just to see what's on other planets. But from everything from minerals to interest, exploration, like we do on our own planet and to the moon, etc. And to other planets now, as Mars, well, they've all come up. So then, a couple of million years after that, they decided that they wouldn't. And basically one of the big computers ran an algorithm, or a sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, almost like a consultation forwards to see whether it was possible to come down on planets and be mistaken for something else. So the ones we see are the ones that weren't bothered whether we knew they were there or not, but have had information from other motherships to say, don't make it obvious, especially after all the main landings, which were sort of like from way back up to sort of 3,000 years ago, when we were still in range of some of these very, very old and very, very established planets. Some of them are gone now, which is why we don't see any of the ones we're getting now are the triangular ones, because we've come into their range. They're actually across galaxy, going across us, not outwards as the rest of them do. There's a reason for that. Can't remember. I'll probably come up in another video. To do like almost like a billiard table where they've hit each other and gone in different directions. something like that. That is the very bottom, number one, very simplest explanation. So yeah, so contact, it was decided, wouldn't be made officially again until it was obvious we were going to survive. I mean, why bother if the planet's not going to survive? And they really, every time they come here, they're surprised we're still here. You know, with the things going on. In fact, we've had 4 mass extinctions. We've been hit by stuff, and volcanoes have gone off, and solar radiation, and all sorts of things that should have finished us off. We've got an asteroid belt. If a couple of asteroids hit each other and it comes in our direction, we're finished. They just haven't at the moment. I think they're probably bouncing off each other and going different directions. They just haven't come our way yet. So contact. So as soon as we've got all the variables in place that they want, they'll come here and tell us the rest. They've tried in the past. They've tried to set us on the right course with the Jesus and God thing. Landing, impregnating Mary, looking after him and looking after Jesus and all that time, and making him look like he's doing miracles, which is all possible now, you know. But then, obviously, they were much more advanced than we are now, so they could do things, you know. So that did put us on the right course for a while. But if you let these things run and run, there are people who think that they're suddenly superior and that nobody else should be here. You know, that's happened quite a few times. I mean, with religions, you know, there's 400 and odd gods being created, and so cut a short story even shorter. They won't contact us until we put certain things in place and got rid of certain things, and they are, religion's done its job, that should go. It should be a hobby only. You can make it a serious hobby, just don't involve anybody else. Number one. Don't keep it to yourself, but talk to like-minded people. Don't convert people, especially children. You know, that when they're very young, you think they should be indoctrinated and brainwashed, but no, not by any religion. So that's number one. They won't come here if they see one religion about to try and finish off the others because they think they shouldn't be here. Right? Number one. Number two, the country system. You know, if there's 2 men left on the earth and they're both sitting on a country, one of them eventually is going to want to jump over to the other one. There'll never be, while there's a country system, there will never be any peace. You know, we've got to be allowed anywhere. If you want to stay in your area of people, then you do it genetically. But at the moment, you know, people are saying, oh, I'm American, I'm great, it's the greatest country. No such thing as an American. They're from all over the place. And even worse, you know, a lot of them came from England, and 75,000 years ago there was nobody here at all. It was forest. They all came, you know, and then when there was people here, the Vikings came. So we are a big mixture here. There's no such thing. We all came from Africa after the last ice age. So country system, just because there's a bit of sea there, doesn't mean say you shouldn't allow other people. You know, I'm not talking about this refugee problem we've got. That's a different thing. That is, you know, while they've got that religion that kills people, we've got to, you know, it's okay to protect your area. It's okay. But then that's another story, all that, I'll tell you, it's another story. Could go on about that for hours too, because some of the things that, some of the information we get from the Project X intelligence section, where they've got people in virtually every agency and everything, is not what they're trying to make us think, I'll tell you. Well, we all know that anyway. So contact, that's the other thing. Money. All the while there's money, you'll have one person who wants to be greedier than the others, and they'll eventually grab it all, and leaving these to die. But we're seeing that. It's like the game of Monopoly. Once somebody's got all the money, the others are finished. That's happening here. That's got to go. You've seen the Centres of Excellence system. That's on every planet. When my dad did his little thing on money with the 3 other people from Parliament, basically, what I told them, they didn't even want to change. But the rich ministers or whatever, who started the whole project, got rid of it. So money, religion, country system, get us all living together, get us all busy with our hobbies, no work. You know, work should be done by robots and bad people who can't seem to conform to the system, you know. Well, there isn't a system because people don't need money. And people aren't trying to grab money because there isn't any. So a lot of it goes out the window. You can imagine. I'm going to do money, actually. Although I've done the Centre of Excellence system, I'm just going to show you what was pointed out to me to do with money. So, you know, all the bad things. Well, it's common sense. But it's still here. That's the funny thing. I'm not talking about putting everything on credit card and going electronic. I mean no system whatsoever. Very easy to do. And the fact that we're greedy, and we're greedy by nature, in our instinct, you always want what you haven't got, comes out. So, you know, like I said in one of the other videos, one of my directors said to me, "Oh, I'm a millionaire now," looking at his bank statement. I said, "Oh, what are you going to spend it on?" He said, "Oh no, I'm going for the next million." What's the point in that? And then shortly after, I mean, he bought a Aston Martin, he bought a big boat, then he bought another boat, and before he could get on the other boat, he died. So, you know, you can't take it with you. So there you go, contact. They won't contact us or won't tell us anything because there are still people here who will use it against other countries. So if they landed in America and said to America, "Oh, we've got this virus that can make sure that other countries conform or whatever," you know, they'll make the virus and use it. Because for some reason that America, as soon as it, you know, got a big military, spent all that money, feels obliged to use it. That's unbelievable. You know, they're at war somewhere in the world the whole time. And they're trying to get everyone else roped in so they don't look so bad, basically. Yeah, I mean, you know, we've got pictures of soldiers sitting in skips full of gold bars being looted from Iraq. You know, and the oil. You know, what is actually going on? But don't worry, this lot will tell us one day. But yeah, so once you've got that system, say probably about another 4,000 or 5,000 years, unless we run with it now, it's very difficult to just suddenly say, right, stop money, go on to this. First thing everyone does is run to the supermarket and get an armful of chocolate. You know, you can't do it. It's got to be done over a period of time. And there's a sliding scale for everything. So if people get too greedy, you bring the sliding scale of the Centres of Excellence. You have to actually do something for the planet to get there. It's not free. But the less greedy we are, that moves away and reveals more, automatically moves away and reveals more stuff you can have free. Till the only thing that could possibly happen is you don't have to work at all. You can have whatever you like. That's the end game. So contact. They won't contact us. If they do, it'll be either because they've crashed, and then you can't reverse engineer one of their spaceships because it was built on a 3D printer from the ground up. No nuts, bolts, nothing. Even a vacuum was built in. So, you know, there's, for the 2 discs, there's nothing possible to you can do. Everything's done from the outside. The discs are spun up from the outside. Everything's remagnetised from the outside. If it fails completely, they take it back to its original atoms and just build another one. Very simple. Because obviously in space, if there isn't any resources, you've got to recycle exactly what you had before into something brand new without adding anything. So that's that. So contact. There you go. So don't expect any UFOs to suddenly land and a man get out and say, "Hello, I'm so and so." It won't happen. To us, you know, we think we're now civilized and that, but to them, we're still savages. All the while as... Let's just look at one thing. We spent enough on Trident to give everyone in the population £32,000 each. You know, there's people are so greedy that they're lending money for huge interest rates. You know, they're not. That is savagery. You know, when somebody can't pay the money on their house that somebody else wants, another set of men come and take all their goods. You know, that's human to human savagery. It doesn't matter what's going on behind. So, are they going to come and... Do they want to come and see us? No. That's it.